Today, we're examining 9 Japanese motorcycles that blend vintage appeal with cutting-edge engineering. From Kawasaki's authentic W800 with its bevel gear-driven cam to Yamaha's triple-powered XSR900, I'll show you which bikes are weekend toys and which can handle the daily grind for riders in their prime riding years. Kawasaki W800. The Kawasaki W800 looks like it rolled straight out of 1966, and that's entirely by design. While many manufacturers have embraced the retro trend, Kawasaki has gone all in with their heritage lineup, creating motorcycles that don't just nod to the past, they transport you there. The W800 stands as the flagship of Kawasaki's commitment to authentic retro styling, tracing its lineage directly to the W1, Kawasaki's first big 4-stroke motorcycle which debuted back in 1966. What sets Kawasaki apart is their dedication to creating true heritage machines rather than simply modern bikes with vintage-inspired bodywork. The W800 exemplifies this approach with its air-cooled 773cc vertical twin engine. Unlike many competitors, Kawasaki deliberately chose to maintain air cooling instead of liquid cooling, preserving the classic engine fins and simplicity that characterized motorcycles of the 1960s. The engine produces a modest 47 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque, numbers that won't set your hair on fire, but deliver a smooth, tractable power band that's perfect for relaxed riding. The true magic of the W800's engine lies in its bevel gear-driven camshaft, a costly and complex engineering choice that few manufacturers would make today. This system creates a distinctive mechanical sound that echoes motorcycles from decades past. The attention to detail extends throughout the bike, from the pea-shooter exhaust to the meticulously crafted teardrop fuel tank and spoke wheels. Even the instrument panel combines analog gauges with minimal digital information, maintaining the vintage aesthetic without sacrificing essential modern feedback. Kawasaki W230. Kawasaki recently expanded their heritage lineup with the introduction of the W230, making classic styling more accessible to newer or budget-conscious riders. This lightweight newcomer features a 233cc air-cooled single-cylinder engine producing approximately 17 horsepower. While modest in output, the W230 captures the same vintage essence as its bigger sibling with wire-spoked wheels, a round headlight, and clean, simple lines. With a seat height of just 30.1 inches and a weight of 331 pounds, it's an ideal entry point for riders wanting classic style without intimidating performance. Kawasaki Z900 RS. For those seeking more performance with their nostalgia, Kawasaki offers the Z900 RS, drawing inspiration from their iconic Z1 superbike of the 1970s. Unlike the W series, the Z900 RS packs thoroughly modern performance with its 948cc inline-four engine producing 110 horsepower. The bike cleverly disguises modern technology beneath retro styling, featuring traction control, multiple riding modes, and assist and slipper clutch. The teardrop tank, round headlight, and oval tail section capture the essence of the original Z1, but the inverted front forks, radio mount front brake calipers, and digital/analog instrument panel remind you this is a 21st century machine. Kawasaki Z650 RS. The Z650 RS rounds out Kawasaki's retro lineup as a middleweight alternative, sharing the same styling cues as its larger sibling, but built around a more manageable 649cc parallel twin engine that produces 67 horsepower. With a lower seat height of 31.5 inches compared to the Z900 RS's 32.9 inches, and weighing 35 pounds less at 412 pounds, the Z650 RS offers a more approachable package for daily riding and commuting while maintaining the same vintage appeal. What truly distinguishes these modern classics from their historical predecessors is reliability. The original W1 and Z1 required frequent maintenance, with valve adjustments, carburetor tuning, and oil changes necessary at much shorter intervals. Today's W800 and Z900 RS maintain the styling and character of those classics while incorporating modern reliability enhancements like fuel injection, digital ignition, and sealed bearings. You get the classic look and feel without the old-school maintenance headaches. Even with these modern conveniences, Kawasaki has maintained mechanical simplicity where it enhances the vintage experience. The W800's engine can still be serviced by home mechanics without specialized electronics, and its tubular steel frame mirrors classical construction techniques. Meanwhile, the Z models incorporate modern features like LED lighting, ABS, and assist and slipper clutches without compromising their visual appeal. Unlike Kawasaki's dedication to vintage authenticity, Yamaha posed a more provocative question. What happens when you take cutting-edge performance and wrap it in nostalgic bodywork? The answer materializes in their XSR series, motorcycles that look like classics in the showroom but deliver superbike-level performance on the road. Yamaha's philosophy with the XSR lineup stands in stark contrast to competitors who build motorcycles around the retro concept from the ground up. Instead, Yamaha starts with their most advanced platforms and drapes them in heritage-inspired aesthetics, creating machines that respect the past while embracing the future. This approach prioritizes performance first, with style serving as the finishing touch rather than the foundation. Yamaha XSR900. The flagship XSR900 exemplifies this philosophy perfectly. Beneath its classic-looking exterior beats the heart of a modern performance machine. An 890cc CP3 triple engine generating a formidable 115 horsepower. This isn't your grandfather's vintage motorcycle. The cross-plane crankshaft technology delivers a distinctive character and torque profile that's thoroughly modern yet emotionally engaging. When you twist the throttle, there's no mistaking the XSR900 for anything but a thoroughbred performance motorcycle. What truly separates the XSR900 from traditional retro offerings is its comprehensive electronics package. Yamaha equipped it with a third-generation quick shift system, allowing for clutchless shifts both up and down through the gearbox. Multiple riding modes and traction control provide a safety net that vintage riders could only dream about, all while maintaining the raw connection between rider and machine that enthusiasts crave. The sophistication extends to the chassis as well. The XSR900 features an aluminum frame that strikes the perfect balance between rigidity and flex, complemented by fully adjustable suspension components that can be tailored to any riding style or road condition. This combination delivers handling characteristics that would leave most vintage motorcycles in the dust. Yet, from a distance, the bike's silhouette convincingly channels motorcycle's golden era. Yamaha XSR900. For riders seeking a more accessible entry point to Yamaha's performance retro philosophy, the XSR900 offers a compelling alternative. Powered by a 689cc CP2 parallel twin producing 74 horsepower, this middleweight contender sacrifices some of the XSR900's outright performance for improved maneuverability in urban environments. Its lighter weight and more manageable power delivery make it particularly well suited to city driving and weekend escapes, yet it still offers performance capabilities far beyond any true vintage motorcycle. Both models incorporate clever visual elements that pay homage to Yamaha's rich heritage. Design cues inspired by the legendary XS650 can be found throughout, from the round headlight to the sculpted fuel tank. Yet, unlike some competitors who prioritize historical accuracy above all else, Yamaha's designers weren't afraid to introduce modern touches like LED lighting and digital displays where they enhance the overall experience. What's particularly impressive about the XSR series is how little performance is sacrificed compared to Yamaha's dedicated sport models. Riders familiar with the MT-09, known as the CP3 platform, will find the XSR900 delivers nearly identical acceleration, handling, and braking performance despite its classic aesthetics. The same holds true for the XSR700 and its MT-07 sibling. These aren't compromised retro bikes, they're fully featured performance motorcycles in vintage attire. This approach resonates with riders who refuse to choose between modern capabilities and classic style. Professional reviewers consistently highlight the XSR900's superior performance to retro style ratio, indicating that it offers the capabilities of a modern sport naked without sacrificing its distinctive vintage appeal. The engineering underneath may be cutting edge, but the emotional connection it creates feels timeless. The XSR lineup's pricing and value proposition remain competitive within the retro motorcycle market. Yamaha has managed to deliver this blend of heritage aesthetics and modern technology without commanding the premium prices often associated with European retro offerings. This accessibility has helped attract riders who appreciate both performance engineering and classic design cues. As aggressive as Yamaha's performance-first philosophy might be, some riders seek a more balanced approach to retro motorcycling. Between the extremes of full vintage immersion and modern performance in disguise lies an intriguing middle ground where Honda's CB650R and Suzuki's SV650 have quietly established themselves as the rational choice for riders who refuse to sacrifice practicality for style. Honda CB650R. Honda's approach to the retro segment is particularly evident in the CB650R, which manages to honor the company's celebrated CB heritage while delivering thoroughly modern engineering solutions. The CB650R stands out immediately with its Neo Sports Cafe styling, featuring a distinctive round headlight, minimal bodywork, and tasteful brushed metal accents. These design elements create visual ties to Honda's iconic CB models without attempting to be a carbon copy of any specific historical motorcycle. Under its stylish exterior, the CB650R houses a 649cc liquid-cooled inline-four engine that produces approximately 94 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. This power plant offers something increasingly rare in the middleweight segment: the smooth, linear power delivery and distinctive exhaust note that only an inline-four can provide. The engine's character strikes an impressive balance, delivering enough power for spirited weekend rides while maintaining docile enough for daily commuting duties. Honda SCL500. Not to be outdone, Honda has expanded its retro-inspired lineup with the SCL500, a scrambler style option that takes a different approach to the vintage aesthetic. The SCL500 features a 471cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine, producing approximately 46 horsepower and 31 pound-feet of torque. This engine prioritizes mid-range punch over peak performance, making it particularly well-suited for urban riding and light touring. The SCL500 scrambler styling is executed with Honda's typical attention to detail, featuring high-mount mufflers, a 19-inch front wheel paired with a 17-inch rear, and a blacked-out engine and frame treatment. These design choices give the SCL500 an adventurous character that appeals to riders looking for a more rugged retro option without sacrificing Honda's legendary reliability. Suzuki SV650. Suzuki takes yet another approach to the retro equation with the SV650. While not as overtly vintage in its styling as some competitors, the SV650 incorporates subtle retro design cues while focusing primarily on delivering an exceptional riding experience. At its heart beats a 645cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine that generates approximately 75 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. This V-twin configuration delivers a character entirely different from Honda's inline-four, more tractable at lower RPMs with a distinctive pulse and exhaust note. The SV650's lightweight chassis contributes significantly to its appeal, with a weight of just 437 pounds, making it exceptionally nimble in both city traffic and on winding back roads. This approachability has made it particularly popular among returning riders in the 35 to 55 age bracket, who appreciate its combination of manageable power and confident handling. Modern technology hasn't been overlooked either, with the SV650 featuring a full LCD instrument panel that displays a comprehensive array of information, including gear position, speedometer, tachometer, odometer, trip meter, clock, water temperature, and fuel consumption metrics. This blend of classic styling cues with contemporary instrumentation exemplifies Suzuki's balanced approach to the retro segment. When comparing everyday usability factors across these models, the CB650R earns praise for its comfortable riding position and excellent suspension, making it versatile enough to handle everything from commuting to weekend canyon carving. The SV650 counters with its low seat height and easy handling characteristics, attributes that are particularly valuable for riders returning to motorcycling after a hiatus. Pricing is another area where these balanced contenders make a compelling case. The CB650R starts at $9,399, positioning it as a premium option but still significantly more affordable than many European alternatives with similar specifications. The SV650 is even more accessible at $7,299, offering tremendous value for riders seeking the perfect balance of character and capability without breaking the bank. As we've seen, the retro motorcycle market continues to evolve with exciting new offerings on the horizon. The 2025 Kawasaki W800 and Yamaha XSR900 exemplify how manufacturers are responding to rider demands, with the W800 bringing authentic vintage charm in a smaller, more accessible package, while the upgraded XSR900 pushes technological boundaries with its TFT display and quick-shift innovations. Whether you're returning to riding after years away or simply appreciate nostalgic design with modern reliability, there's a Japanese retro bike perfectly suited to your needs. Owner satisfaction surveys consistently show high ratings from the 35 to 55 age demographic, particularly for models like the Kawasaki W800 that skillfully balance heritage aesthetics with contemporary engineering. The beauty of today's Japanese retro motorcycles lies in their versatility, offering weekday practicality, weekend excitement, and timeless appeal without the maintenance headaches of true vintage machines. These bikes don't just mimic the past, they improve upon it.